So we've had players from both the Crum and Patino era on the show. Now we've got our first from the Pat Kelsey era. This man set our all-time three-point record for three-pointers in a game against SMU last season with 10, top 30 all-time in three-pointers at the Division I level. If you need any definitions on an injury report, this is your go-to man. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
please welcome Reyne Smith. Reyne, appreciate you
Yes,
for
sir.
joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
First off,
Yes,
on a
sir.
real note, I know that you've kind of been dealing with your own injury. How's your recovery process been going, and when do you think you'll be able to hit that floor again?
Yeah, I mean, I've been injured for almost 3 months now, which has been frustrating, especially in my first professional year. But starting to turn the corner now, and hopefully we'll be back in, hopefully by end of the month, or if not, like kind of week into the month. But starting to progress really well. But yeah, it's been a long, kind of pretty boring injury. So just excited to be back on court.
Yeah, for sure, man. But before we ask any questions about the pig game, I want to hear about your academy, your Reyne Smith Shooting Academy. We heard so many great things about it, and kind of explain to everybody what that entails, what's going on with that.
Yeah, so I've partnered with one of my old teammates from Charleston. He set up this app which you can post workouts and things like that, and asked me to be a part of it. And I found it super interesting because I know for me growing up, like I was always interested in shooting stuff. I'd search up on YouTube like Steph Curry workouts, how he shoots, Clay
Okay.
Thompson, things like that. So
Yeah.
I think I've been blessed with a unique ability to be able to shoot, and I want to be able to share that to the best of my ability to everyone. And so this like shooting academy thing is where you sign up through a link which will be on my bio and things like that, and you'll get 2 workouts a week, which shooting drills that I do, and kind of give you structure in a workout. Because the amount of times I see kids and people will go to a court and shoot and just do random stuff, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
if you want to get better, there's got to have some sort of structure. So it provides that, but then provides a Discord community where you can ask me anything about shooting. You can send your videos in of how you shoot. I can help break it down. I can help talk general basketball stuff. I can help you with shooting and things like that, and try and make it like a fun community. So that's kind of the goal around it. And yeah, so continuing to build that and market that.
That's awesome. Especially me and TJ see it all the time up at Shoot 360, where these kids, they want to shoot like Steph Curry and they want to shoot like Reyne Smith. And the first thing they do,
Yeah.
they go to that 3-point line and they start shooting. And it's like, hey, I don't think Reyne Smith or Steph Curry, the first thing they're doing when they walk into a basketball court is going straight to that 3-point line. I think they're
No.
working on some form shooting, some things like that. So it's awesome to be able to see firsthand through this app everything that you're
What?
kind of your journey that you've been through.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. What is your process like? Just how did you work on your mechanics just coming up as a kid? What did you do to just develop such a pure looking shot like that?
Yeah, well, I first learnt the basics, and it guess I had really good coaching from when I was about
Mhm.
11 years old. So I definitely was fortunate with good coaching around me, and they would teach like form shooting and kind of the basics of what you want to feel when you shoot. And I just kind of fell in love with it. I was able to pick up on it quickly, and um,
Mm.
kind of through my own journey of shooting is like I'm super aware of how I miss, how my shot feels, how, and like making adjustments where a lot of times, like if you ask a guy why they miss short, they couldn't tell you exactly. It could be a leg problem, it could be their rhythm problem, like they don't really know. So I've been able to, I guess, from a start be like super curious on my own shot and adjust, and kind of the look of my jump shot just comes naturally, but it's more so of how it feels, and kind of getting the feedback, "Oh, I keep missing left, so there's something I need to fix with something," and that kind of depends on how I'm feeling. So I think from a young age, I got really good coaching and pretty much ingrained form shooting into my head, and so then I was able to kind of do that over what 10, 12 years now. So kind of over time, your shot, I guess, becomes what they call pretty or whatever. So that's kind of the start of it all.
We'll definitely love to get in more of your app later in this episode, or maybe if you're on in future episodes, we can definitely talk a little bit more about that. but we're here after this Pitt game where Pat Kelsey and the boys went into Pittsburgh and just they laid it down 100-59. Kind of, what are your thoughts after that game?
Well, I didn't really get a chance to watch. I was working out during that time, but I was able to kind of keep update on score and quickly check in while I'm having a quick little break in the workout. But I think to first a good response of after dealing with a bit of heat from losses to just feeling this external pressure and things like that. So it's always positive, especially a 40-point win on the road is not easy. I don't care who you play. You could say Pitt's not very good this year, but to beat a college team by 40 points is not an easy thing to do. So especially on the road. So it's good to see they were able to respond. It can go one or two ways when you deal with adversity like that. You can either rally together and figure it out and fix it, or you can turn individually and just go to yourself, and it kind of turns the other way. So it was good to see them get a huge win, not just a regular win, just winning by 40 points on the road to a high major Division One team is not easy to do.
I come from the Patino era, so we have two different coaching styles. You, Pat Kelsey, me, Rick Pitino. So I remember it was one game we lost pretty bad, and Coach P comes in the locker room. He just takes all of our Adidas jersey. He takes everything. You guys don't deserve to wear this brand anymore. I think he let us keep everything except for our. He let us keep. He didn't let us keep anything except for our shoes. Like our just let us keep our Adidas shoes. But it was just this big old ordeal. But what is Pat Kelsey? What is his way of rallying you guys and coming back from a loss? And what is his process like at motivating you guys and getting you back on track?
Well, one, he makes you practice hard as crap after it, and especially like during those times in the season, you're pretty sore, tired, and it's just like this doesn't matter. Like it's not working. So then you go in the film room, you're probably gonna have a film for an hour and a half, and
Oh,
most of the time you're probably going to be getting yelled at the entire time of playing soft, doing all these things, and then you get to really see it and see it unfold. And then the other thing is like you can't really question anything because of like it has a great history of winning. So you're like you're absolutely right. And so then yeah, you get onto the practice and it'll be full go. Like there's no load management. There's none of that. You've got to go out there and practice as hard as you can and fix it is the way. That's kind of how we approach and how my experience is after losing a couple games and things like that. So it's pretty quick to make adjustments and kind of get everyone on the same page. So he's definitely a little bit more fired up, but I think for me, I always saw it as warranted.
Last year, like if you guys were going through a stretch or even at the very beginning of the season, you guys had Chucky obviously to help rally the guys on the court, but who else behind the scenes were really the guys that maybe that somebody was having a down day, they would pull somebody aside and really hold them accountable? Like who were the main voices around your guys' locker room?
Yes, I mean, it kind of varied and different things. And I guess I can speak on my own experience. I was with PK for 4 years, and a lot of the guys last year were all first year with him. So I think I saw a responsibility that I had to lead more vocally than I guess what I was used to in the past. So did that and like seeing guys having a bad day, PK's challenging them and things like that. So it's yeah, I found myself being as vocal as possible, and then guys like Chucky, Fat, Javon, I think they're real lead by example of how they approach and different things like that. But I think for me, my focus was vocal, seeing guys like when PK's on him, it's like not how he's saying, it's what he's saying. And it's not because he hates you or feels a certain way or anything. He just wants the best out of you. He thinks
yeah.
you have more to provide for the team. So then he's going to challenge you as much as he can until you get it. So I think that was, I guess, my role in a sense last year of kind of just telling guys like it's okay. Like, yeah, PK is an intense dude, but like it's okay. Like we can still relax a little bit in a sense of like don't have to
Yeah.
be so jittery. Like as a player, you got to kind of play free and like yes, he demands a
Yeah.
lot, but like he still wants you to
Yeah.
play with that freedom.
When it comes to the wings in the city, there's only one stop that always delivers. This is always our go-to spot in the city. Pull up to Wing Station. If you rocking with Spillin' the Ville, we had to put our name on something special.
Wing Station, flavor that speaks for itself. Grab the Spill in the Meal deal. Crispy wings, bold flavors, fresh every single time. Just wanted to take a second and give a big shout out to Best Way, home of the low price guarantee or it's free, where you can get all your home furnishing needs on a deal. They have everything from smart refrigerators, washer dryer sets, 86-inch TVs, PS5s, Xboxes, all the way to reclining living room suites and bedroom suites. Best Way offers so many ways to pay, from retail to rent to own and even financing through Lendmark. With 2 locations in Indiana, 1 in New Albany and 1 in Jeffersonville, and 5 locations in Kentucky: Radcliffe, Dixie Highway, Hikes Lane, Shelbyville, and Shepherdsville. Stop by today and tell them that we sent you to get $100 off your new item. Now let's get back to the show. What's something about like his whole culture that we can see from the outside? Like everybody, you always hear about a PK practice. You can hear it from, I mean, a half a mile away. The gym is so loud. And I got to talk to Javon during media day and just ask about the whole culture of having Johnny Ballgame around the team. And you could just instantly see like how much he meant to that team. And you were with him for 4 years. Just what did Johnny Ballgame mean to the whole environment of that team?
I mean, it's awesome. And as far as the culture stuff and how it is, the way it works is like it's authentic. That's like people can talk about culture when things are going good, but as soon as it's bad, it's like, what's it like? But with how like Pat Kelsey and the whole staff operate is no matter what, no matter how you feel, it could be the middle of October. Like practices better be loud. You lose a couple games, like practices better be loud. You better be doing this. You better have this attitude, like no matter what. And you kind of see that trickle off the court too. That's like how I guess culture kind of forms. It's what you do every single day, no matter what. And having Johnny there, it's like you hear PK always talking about the importance of family and how much it means to him and things like that. Then you see him bring his own son in and be involved, and it's like you kind of get a better understanding of who he is as a person. So then it makes it a whole lot easier when he's yelling at you of like, I know where this is coming from. Like he's not yelling at me because he hates me, yelling because of love. And yeah, having Johnny there, it's great. He loves it, especially during the winter break over there. Is off school and he's in pretty much every day. So
Living every kid's dream over there.
yeah, it's hilarious. So he's probably learning some things like that you probably shouldn't have to at 12 years old. So, but it's great. And I've got to say he's got my number now, and he's always throwing in texts at me just randomly and asking if I'm watching the game and stuff like that. So, it's cool having him around. And then, yeah, you kind of see kind of a different side of, I guess, PK and everything. You see him as a human, not just a coach that's on you for whatever reason. So I think that's how the culture is kind of formed.
Awesome. We'll ask you a couple more questions. We don't want to take too much of your time, but I know that you were quite the golfer when you were over here at Louisville. You've probably answered this question a few times, but who do you think during your peak and Peyton Sieva's peak, who is a better golfer?
Me. When I was playing my best, I think I'm better. So we during the off season we played like over the summer we played at like Sunday morning. We were like the first 2 out, and it was kind of like a little routine of we'll be up at 6 a.m. on a Sunday, and just us two will go play golf before anyone gets out, and we get done in about 2.5 hours. So it was pretty cool to build a relationship with him and be able to play golf every Sunday morning. So, but yeah, I think on the best day I got him.
One more, the last one that I've got. Peyton was also Terrence's teammate during his time at Louisville. What was it like to have just a coach like him who's been to the NBA, been to the NBL, won a national championship, basically done there and done everything? Like, what did that mean having him as a coach?
Yeah, I think it just kind of makes what he says gold. I think and a lot of the guys felt that, like he worked closely with Chucky, obviously, and you see how that turns out. And I think his knowledge is unbelievable of how he sees the game and all that. And I guess just who he is as a person is crazy. Like, obviously, like I knew who he was like when I was coming into Louisville, and then meeting him and just how like down to earth and everything he is, and just a genius. And after the season, I was still hanging around Louisville, and as I came back from my ankle, I was working out with him twice a day, and being able to learn kind of different drills he does and things like that was super cool for me and helped me kind of develop a lot over the off season. So yeah, I mean, having him around the program is great. He's a genius, and yeah, just overall a great person.
Yeah. Shout out Peyton, man. That's my guy right there. Served me up some nice lobs. Hey, when we played together, and he's very down to earth, very humble guy, but
Yeah.
he's very intelligent on the court. Can definitely read defenses very well, and he was very athletic coming in. A lot of people don't know Peyton had a huge vertical coming in, at McDonald's All-American, all that. So, man, shout out Pay, and he definitely got me some great highlights on Sports Center too, man. So, hey, man, that's my guy for forever, man, for sure. But yeah, anything else, Blake?
No, that's everything we got. Reyne, would you leave the people with anything before you head out?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to learn how to shoot like me and join a community and ask me questions on anything, there's a link in my bio on Instagram and Twitter and everything. So any questions on that, if anyone can reach out, I'll get back to them. So yeah, that's I guess what I'll leave with.
Say it again. The Reyne Smith Shooting Academy.
Shooting. Yep.
Okay.
So then,
Everybody check out that Reyne Smith Shooting Academy. Hey, it's a lot of wonderful technology. One of the best shooters that came through Louisville. So for sure, definitely check that out. Go ahead. What you were gonna say.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you for joining us. You always got that open invite anytime you'd like to come on and just talk hoops.
Yeah, sounds great. Definitely try
Thank
and get on as much as I can if I get a chance to watch the games and be able to just talk basketball. So I love it. But yeah, thanks for having me, guys.